Satnam, hi. My name is Mahanraj Kaur and welcome to this fabulous day in your life. We are the day before the new moon in Capricorn. And so we know that when a new moon comes, it's a day to plant seeds. It's a invitation that is asking us to really look inside of our heart and our soul and ask, what am I growing? And if what's growing isn't what you want to see, then we really have to be attentive to planting new seeds. And what you can know for sure is you don't have to worry if something is growing that you don't like or enjoy. Because the miracle of nature is so obvious. If you don't want it to grow, then don't feed it. Don't give it any more attention. Don't give it any more of your thoughts. Don't give it any more of your complaints. Just let it go, and that won't grow. And so this weekend is about putting our attention and planting the seed of what we do want to grow. The masters are very close, and that's going to get more and more potent as we move into this Aquarian age. And we're really going to feel the mastery inside of us. The whole point of having a relationship with a great master like Yogi Bhajan, who gives us this technology, Kundalini Yoga, is, just as he said, it is self-initiating. It is so that the guru inside of you can wake up. And I think that because we have spent literally hundreds of years as over-glorifying the teacher, the guru, the spiritual leader, that we have an apprehension with ourselves because we don't want to become this caricature of ourselves. But this is the old story. Those putting on a pedestal, all that is in the past. Waking up the guru inside you is an act of humility, and it's an act of self-love and kindness. And it is something that, when we think of Yogi Bhajan as like a father, a good friend, a master teacher who said, here, I have this technology and I want to give it to you so you can wake up. But he could not make you wake up. You had to use the technology. And for each of us, what I really want to talk about, each of us in the way we use Kundalini Yoga wakes up the inner guru inside of us, but it also wakes up a lineage. There's these rays and matrix of light. And some of us has spent lifetimes in other masteries and with other gurus. And so what we find when we wake up is our spiritual greatness and our lineage wakes up. And so for myself, I really come from an understanding deep in my soul of my connection to Magdalene. And there's been so many things along the way that, I know she guided me to Kundalini Yoga. I can see her and Yashua chanting back to back. I can see how they use the nod to create the strength and the grit they would need to go through the lifetime. And the lifetimes after that, I appreciate that her name itself, Magdalene, means Tower of Light. But she represents the tower. And why that's important today is that she represents the vehicle in which the Christ consciousness can shine. And we all have a bit of a Magdalene. Our body itself, our humanity is perfect, but it's only the structure, it's the lighthouse. It's not the actual shine. Our soul is. And it's the soul's relationship with the body and mind, the marriage between the I am and the that makes us become an ascension, an awakened being. The thing that we are experiencing in Aquarian age is understanding the dynamics and the beauty of the individual self as it pertains to being totally connected to the one and all beings as one. That's tricky. Normally, what we do is we dissolve and surrender any idea of individualization to be able to be one. But as we kind of spiritually grow up, we're going to understand our variation of the oneness and have no boundaries in our ability to love and connect to all. This is our destiny, and this is why the sutras are so important. I'm going to give a talk tomorrow, Saturday, and I'll tape it and I'll put it on. We'll have the audio of it. I think we're videoing it. So I'm going to do a talk after my class, and we're going to really lay out the mantras and the kriyas and the energy that you can be using to make the best use of 2016. I'm going to talk to you about Magdalene's message. I'm going to talk to you about who Yogi Bhajan is now in 2016 and why and what our relationship is to Kundalini technology. We're going to do a deep guided meditation to set us into the vortex and ground us into the vehicle, the property of 2006, because there's something very physical and tangible about this year where, you know, maybe some of your spiritual growth and path has been kind of woo-woo. It needs to really be feet on the ground, practical. You see it in your life. Prosperity and abundance are a part of your understanding. Health and love and connection is what this should be producing, and we're going to make sure that together we stay connected, and that does. So this new moon, there's a big activation with Mercury and Venus and Jupiter. Jupiter is really doing this to us this weekend and this beginning of the 2016. It's really saying, okay, all this stuff that you've been working on, here it is. See, we got in the mode of we're working to be spiritual, you've done the work. Here it is. And in this here it is, in that receiving, it transcends into something even higher and probably bigger and more beautiful than you could have possibly planned. So make sure that you relax and are very open for the next week here, and that you're open to being surprised how loved and great you are. And in that love and acceptance of you, it helps you realize when you look around at the people in your life how amazing they are. That's why the Raka Rakana is so important, this mantra. We'll be going over that tomorrow. Is because there's many things this mantra gives us, but one of them is that God has given you good friends that will help you find the opportunity. They will help you heal. They will be there with you. God has given you good friends to ensure that you wake up and grow. We have lots of opportunities to enhance this and get this grounded into our life, and one of them is the Yoga for Recovery. Don't miss it. We all need to recover. We need to get out of our shit, literally, and heal once and for all what is sabotaging your ability to be the lighthouse that shines greatly on the light that is around you. You are meant to be whole, not perfect, but whole. And that weekend, next weekend, 15th, 16th, and 17th, I'll be teaching the yoga, some Kundalini Kriya, and sound healing, but we'll have the beautiful Durga Leila that will bring this wisdom of the 6 tenets of life. It's a beautiful, amazing opportunity. It's an intimate journey that if we take this at the beginning of the year, we are setting ourselves up for something beyond our imagination. Also, I know that some of you have been on the fence about teacher training. We have an amazing discount going on, only to just to get the new year going till January 21st. You can save $600 plus $150 if you pay in full. So that brings the yoga training down to something like $2,200 or something. Kundalini yoga teacher training. Everyone needs to do it. Why? Because it is a self-initiating technology that wakes up the greatness of the guru inside you, and you do teach. Now, I don't know if you're going to sit in front of a class and teach Kundalini Yoga, but you are going to teach the message of your soul, and you're going to first and foremost understand that yourself. It is a huge vortex of energy, a teacher training. The most fundamental thing about it is these building blocks of kriyas and meditations, and the length of time and the strength of the group that makes a foundational change in who you are that lasts forever. Not even just this lifetime, for lifetimes on end. Everybody take the Kundalini teacher training. I love you so much. Come and see me tomorrow at the talk at Soul of Yoga, 10:45. It's free. Just be there or you'll be square, right? I love you so much. Looking forward to this year with us together. We are strong as never before. We are like we've never been. We are so on the precipice of huge evolutionary leaps. My advice to you mostly is relax. Relax. Check out the things in the email. It'll show you all the upcoming Kundalini stuff or things that I'll be at that I'd love to hang out with you at. And I love you. Waheguru. Satnam.